So now the author goes to another chapter, divine patterns in life. जीवन की दिव्य गतिरीति. तो दादा भगवान कहते हैं कि स्थूल संयोग, सूक्ष्म संयोग और वाणी के संयोग. तो संयोग जो है, so we are one of the संयोग, but we are not the entire संयोग. All circumstances are, we are within the circumstances. Okay. तो all जो स्थूल मतलब कि जो दिखाई दे रहे हैं वो संयोग, सूक्ष्म संयोग जो मन के वगैरह होते हैं, हमारे मन के, औरों के मन के, और वाणी के संयोग जो हमें सुनना पड़ता है, हमारे से बोला जाता है, पर है और पराधीन है. ओके, दे आर एक्सटर्नल एंड नॉट इन सोनली इन कंट्रोल ऑफ यू, दे आर कंट्रोल ऑफ नेचर. ओके, और पराधीन कराने वाला है. यू फील समटाइम्स हेल्पलेस ऑल्सो समटाइम, मगर क्या कहते हैं, व्यवस्थित भाव से रहे हो कि वो कुदरत की जो सिस्टम है उसके सिस्टम से रहे हुए हैं. दैट इज व्हाट ही सेज. और आप देखिए, अगर कुदरत की पूरी रचना देखें तो इतनी समयबद्ध होती है कि हम अगर ध्यान दें तो केवल कुदरती रचना देखने में ही जिंदगी में आनंद आता रहता है, और दूसरा कोई मनोरंजन नहीं है तो भी चल सकता है. ऐसा इतनी कुदरत की गतिविधि इतनी सिस्टमेटिक है. आप देखो, एक बच्चे का जन्म होता है तो उसके एक दिन पहले मदर में वो तैयारी हो जाती है उसको फीडिंग के लिए. ठीक है ना. लाइक एवरीबडी, आपका जन्म होता है तो उसके 3 साल बाद आपकी वाइफ का भी जन्म हो जाता है कहीं भी दुनिया में. आप मिलोगे कोई भी टाइम, अगर आप देखना कि पूरा कुदरत का इतना सिस्टमेटिक चीजें होती रहती है. So that is what now in next session the author is discussing. We'll go to next slide. He says infinite number of lives. Now see, we have seen in the previous session examples of plants, patterns in plants, animals, but human being has unlimited life, unlimited mind and intelligence. As a result, ego is there. So everybody is a different ego level, different development of ego. So nature produces infinite number of life patterns in infinite number of men and women of all races and religious groups. There are people you will find having greed, लोभी मिलेंगे, arrogant मिलेंगे, ईर्ष्या वाले मिलेंगे, attachment, कोई उदार मिलेंगे, कोई लोभी मिलेंगे, कोई नम्र मिलेंगे, कोई प्रेम स्वरूप मिलेंगे, लव, कोई आनंदी मिलेंगे, कोई बोरिंग मिलेंगे. Infinite number of positive and negative emotions again within them, and their mixture is an individual in various proportions. Again, the proportions are different, and again they are splitting, continuously changing, produce a multitude of patterns in such a way that no two human beings will have identical behavior. No two human beings. This is a big principle of nature. Even if you bring back all those who have died so far, say 10,000 crore people, you will never find a person like you in past. And on the same analogy, we can say not a person like you will ever take a birth on this earth in next 10,000 crore years also. So behavior may approach near similarity. Sometimes you will find for some time, but it is never identical. So this is one basic principle of infinite number of life patterns, and understanding this and accepting this brings a charm in our life. Next. And these life patterns keep changing. Other important characteristic of this pattern is that they keep on changing noticeably. Because same pattern does not continue. This is another essence. That's the learning here is, do not brand the people that he is so and he will be so and so tomorrow also. It is not so. Because you are also not the same. What you were before 3 years, you are a man because of his intelligence and mind and ego level. He continuously keeps learning and unlearning, and that's how he keeps on developing. That's how this keep. There are different patterns, people wise again, but the same patterns keep changing. And if you remember this, we will not label the people as good and bad. We may label a behavior, but not a person. He gives the example: a man who was carefree and extravagant some time before. He may become alert and controlled person. Misers realize the futility of greed, something may happen, and get frustrated. And he may arrogant, get entangled into bitter quarrel. Arrogant है, उसको झगड़ा and fight. Please, please mute the mic. Everyone, please mute the mic. Into bitter quarrel and fights. ये एरोगेंस तो अपने को खुद को ही प्रॉब्लम होता है ना. Then he may learn, oh, let me not be that much arrogant. Okay, let me improve my nature. So he become humble and vice versa. So if you meet the people over a period of time, then you will realize people also keep on changing and improving or worsening gradually depending upon the circumstances they get and their thought processes. But generally people evolve. Generally people improve. That is the basic thing. People who are born rich may become poor at the end of life. And those who are poor may become wealthy as the life proceeds. People who are arrogant, they become humble, like that. So there is generally a development. Next slide. So duality of patterns. This gives the rise to understanding of the very important principle of life, that there are dualities in pattern always. If there are optimistic people, there are pessimistic also. एक आशावादी लोग हैं तो निराशावादी भी रहेंगे. इवन एक ही आदमी में आशा और निराशा रहेगी. कोई स्पोर्टी नेचर है, खेल दिल स्वभाव है, कोई फॉल्ट फाइंडिंग, हमेशा करेक्ट में फॉल्ट ढूंढता रहता है. कोई एंटरप्राइजिंग है, साहसिक है, तो कोई टिमिड है, हमेशा घबराता रहता है. कोई क्लेवर है तो कोई डल है. कोई वाइज है, कोई फुलिश है. कोई ट्रस्टिंग है तो कोई हमेशा डाउटिंग है. कोई एक्टिव है, कोई लेजी है. कोई इंपल्सिव है, कोई कूल है. कोई ओपन हार्टेड है, कोई क्लोज माइंडेड है. The duality of patterns we find in different people, and this can be a very big list. Okay, but it will be helpful that every pattern has its opposite, and the opposite may be within your family also, like we have seen. Okay, like husband and wife are complementary, right? Suppose you are arrogant, your wife may be humble. If your wife is arrogant, you may be humble. If you are miser, your wife may be spend somewhat extravagant. Okay, like that it will happen. If you are reserved, she may be frank and open, mixing nature. So these are the things that in the world keeps running to this kind of dualistic pattern. Next. So never get surprised if you find something, some other side of the coin in other people. This is the reality of life. Then in organizations, this is a very important observation the author makes about organizations. He was himself an industrialist. So he has summarized certain things which helps us. He says business or industrial organization will invariably consist of ambitious boss. Otherwise, who would manage? People in management position, people who are industrialists, establishing industry, definitely be ambitious. Okay. Or they have risen to they have become administrator because of that kind of character. Growth of a business depends upon he says, ego level of the boss. Ego level of the boss के पर business की growth की important होती है. And what is surprising to all of us is, he says, lower the ego level, larger the expansion. कोई भी बिजनेस में आप हो, आपका ईगो लेवल जितना ज्यादा होगा तो आपका बिजनेस ज्यादा एक्सपांड नहीं रहेगा. मैंने बहुत सोचा इसके बारे में, पर देन आई ऑल्सो फाउंड इट इज ए फैक्ट. आप जितने बड़े लोग देखे उसमें ईगो लेवल कम होता है. ठीक है, छोटे का ज्यादा होता है. ओके, सेठ का कविराज कहते हैं, सेठ करता नौकर ने ज्यादा વધુ અભિમાન દો. નોકર કરતા શેઠનું અભિમાન ઓછું લેવલ હોય એટલે શેઠ થાય, પેલો નોકર થાય, like that. So ambition is an absolute must for development. Ambition होनी चाहिए. sustenance and expansion of business. Ambition is a positive parameter, no doubt, he says. But depending upon the ego level of the CEO, ambition and ego, there can be different. That is what he can say. Ambition does not mean egoistic. He can have a ambition, but still he may be humble. Okay, the very glaring example, Chandrakantji, is about our former president Abdul Kalam, you see, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Uh, So depending upon the ego level of the CEO, each organization will have three groups. This is one thing is a great higher industrial relation issue he has observed and is sharing with us. When you are heading something, you may be a department head or an organization head, or maybe somewhere. So he says any organization, there will be some people who are pro management, जो मैनेजमेंट को सपोर्ट करेंगे और एक पोर्शन ऐसा रहेगा वो न्यूट्रल रहेगा, इधर भी नहीं उधर भी नहीं, वो जैसे करता है वर्ता करता रहता है एंड स्लाइटली पैसिव, ठीक है। और एक ग्रुप ऐसा भी रहेगा जो एंटी मैनेजमेंट है, हर एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में आप देखना। बट द इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट ही इज ट्राइंग टू मेक इज these kind of groups and size of this group and behavior of this group depends upon the ego level of head, ego level of the manager or CEO or administrator. Okay, that is how you will find, especially in transferable jobs, when there are problems, the organization will transfer the manager. When I was regional manager, some branch manager will complain, sir, you transfer the staff, all the staff is bad. What I can do? I will not do it. I will only listen. Generally, I would visit my branch every 3 months. Again, I go, sir, I requested, but you did not transfer my staff. Still, I will listen. I will not do because it's not possible, you know. And if he complains third time, I will transfer this fellow. If I transfer this fellow, all problems get settled. With new people, same set of staff will be okay. So this is what I found in my experience also, that your higher relations, industrial relations, staff relations also depends upon the level, ego level of the boss, and don't find fault with your staff. Okay, this is a big point he's trying to make, and this is the universal pattern in every organization. And making an organization successful and lowering of the ego level is like two sides of the same coin. The person, the head of the organization, yatha raja tatha praja. In Shastra also this is the, you know that, right? So making an organization successful and lowering the ego level. Okay, that you'll find that the difference. Next slide. Then he talks about middle age syndrome. Okay. Says one common pattern that we find in majority of lives is that as one crosses the age of 50, in spite of all plans for happiness, because as Santoshji told us, everybody seeks for happiness, but it doesn't happen. One feels empty and miserable because some certain unhappy events definitely have taken place in his life. And then he or she realizes that children do not listen to him anymore. If you are 50, your children are around 25, right? There is bitterness in family relations. There is expensive sickness. Sometimes premature loss, somebody has died. Something or other unpleasant will always happen, even if you are a billionaire in your life, right? That makes you thinking. He says it is theoretically impossible for any life to be without failure, frustration, or a minor major tragedy by the time one reaches the age of 50 or 60 in any one. But what he says is these experiences draw a man inward. These experiences make us अंतर्मुख बनाते हैं। ऐसे जब असामान्य घटना होती है, दुख की घटना होती है, तो हम अंतर्मुख होते हैं। तो एक कुदरत का करिश्मा है कि आदमी के जिंदगी में ऐसा कुछ ना कुछ होगा ही जैसे वो अंतर्मुख हो। Next slide. Then again he talks about husband and wife relations, right? Especially our Indian life, we have a stable marital life, lifelong, we can say lifelong, not like most of the foreign countries. Okay. So one of the most frequented pattern is says husband and wife relation changes from attachment to misery and hostility. They stay together and there will be difference of opinion, and with the advanced age also, this may result into this kind of inner misery or hostility. In a number of cases, hostility remains till the end. Why? Because as we have seen in the previous slide, we have not recognized the separate existence of the person, and we try to mend the others according to what we think. That creates hostility, produces a mixture of hostility, but again there is attachment. So there is attachment, there is hostility. Like magnets, you see, attraction and repulsion. If you put two magnets at same poles, then there will be a repulsion. तो दादाजी ने एक बहुत बड़ा रिसर्च किया, कहते हैं इस जगत में कलह कहाँ पर होगा, क्लेश कहाँ पर होगा, जहां आसक्ति होगी वहां आप वहां पर ही, जितनी आसक्ति है उतना क्लेश ज्यादा रहता है. दैट इज दादा भगवान फाइंडिंग. नेक्स्ट, खलील जिब्रान, देयर इज ए वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग पोएम. हाँ राखो बराबर છે. लव वन अनदर but make not a bond of love. Okay, bond he says in a negative sense. Don't bind the other. You should do what I say. Okay, you should eat what I say. You should rise what I tell you. Let it rather be a moving sea between the shores of your souls. Very great, very important point Khalil Gibran is making. He says, fill each other's cup, but drink not from one cup. You will find people who are eating in the same thali. After some time, they will quarrel also like anything. So he said, let there be some space. He said, give one another your bread, but not eat from the same loaf. Sing and dance too, and be joyous, but let each one of you be alone. Give a space. Even as the strings of a lute are alone. जैसे बंसी में बोलते, बंसी में जो छेद होते हैं वो अलग अलग रहते हैं. Like that, we have to accept that the other person is a different individuality. Let us give them space. Let us give them their own time. Okay, though they are quiver with the same music, still they give them. Like बंसी में जितने छेद है उसमें अंतर है, नहीं अंतर है तो there won't be music, he says. Give your hearts, but not into each other's keeping, for only the hand of life can contain your hearts, because everybody is connected with the nature individually. So you cannot own someone. There should not be sense of ownership in marital relations and insistence. He says, stand together, yet not too near together. इतने ज्यादा मत रहो नजदीक. Again, there will be repulsion, जैसे मैग्नेट में होता है. Temple stand apart. He says, stand together, yet not too near together. For the pillars of the temple stand apart. जैसे pillars के temple होते हैं, एक दूसरे से दूर रहते हैं, नहीं तो temple will not be able to sustain. And the oak tree and the cypress, जो grass होती है cypress, grow not in each other's shadow. So we should not be that much closer that the other person does not develop. So he makes a very finer point. It is worth thinking. Okay, next slide. Now author comes to another point. Because of repeated cycle of sorrow and frustration and mixtures of these with a few moments of happiness, he says, as a result of failure or frustration, people take to worship, study of scriptures or mantras, repetitive chanting of Bhagwan का जाप करेगा वो, प्रेयर, प्रार्थना करेंगे, मेडिटेशन, पिलग्रिमेज, सिंगिंग ऑफ हिम्स, पद गाएंगे, भजन गाएंगे, लिसनिंग टू सरमन, सत्संग में आप देखो कितने लाखों लोग जाते हैं, राइट? व्हाट, व्हाई दे आर गोइंग? There is no compulsion. Lakhs of people, especially in Gujarat, there is some inner frustration. One or more of these in search of life beyond sorrow. वो क्या ढूंढते हैं कि दुख, जिंदगी में जो दुख है उसके बियॉन्ड मैं क्या, मैं कैसे, हाउ डू आई फाइंड misery, failures and frustrations. Whether they know it or not, they are sowing the seed of a better new life after death, because there is a birth after birth. So you go on undergoing the cycle of दुख और सुख के चक्र में आप पिसाते जाओ, चक्की में, और सोचते रहो, धीरे धीरे आपका डेवलपमेंट होता रहता है, और नेक्स्ट बर्थ यू आर born with developed new understanding. So for people, that way people differ because something they have understood in previous birth. Next. Then for interpreting these patterns, he says we have to work with one hypnosis. Whatever happens in nature is with a purpose, and that we can safely understand, we safely believe, because Mother Nature takes care of every living being on the earth. So we are also one of them. Only exception problem with us is the ego level. And the only purpose for which nature works is to change our attachment to, ultimately in human being also, the nature wants to take us to further spiritual heights, from attachment to love and misery to happiness. Because attachment is not love. It's different. Because it's a attachment is dvandva gun. If aapko rag hai, so definitely there will be dvesh. That is why wherever your attachment, in some corner of your heart, there is a dvesh. Because and you'll make some insistence, and definitely that it will come out and explode. Situation will explode. So although experience of failure or frustration is common to most people, everybody has this, but they fail to interpret. उनको समझ में नहीं आता है कि जो मेरी जिंदगी में फेलियर और फ्रस्ट्रेशन, हताशा आती है, क्यों आती है? That such an experience of frustration is being caused by attachment. ये अटैचमेंट के कारण ही होता है, ये आदमी को समझ में नहीं आता है. He says it requires a third party, possibly a teacher or a guru, who has been in his whole life partly successful in overcoming his own attachment. जिसका खुद का राग कम हुआ है, ऐसे लोग जो है वो हमें इसके बारे में मार्गदर्शन दे सकते हैं, और उनके जीवन से भी, प्रत्यक्ष दर्शन से हम सीख सकते हैं. इट्स अ ग्रेट अपॉर्चुनिटी. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड. और नेचर क्या करती है बोलते हैं, हमने सुना है ना, देयर इज ए फेमस सेइंग, मैन प्रपोजेस, गॉड डिस्पोजेस, राइट? बिकॉज़ गॉड विल डिस्पोज, दैट इज नेचर. नेचर विल डिस्पोज at their convenience, as per their design, not as per your design. So as the life span nears completion, everyone experiences, सबको पता चलता है around 50-60 कि there is a supernatural force ruling beyond your likes and dislikes and your designs, beyond your control, which shapes even in life, events in life that has passed, and they learn to surrender. Their ego gets, धीरे धीरे आदमी की जब उम्र होती है, अनुभव होते हैं, तब उसका ईगो लेवल थोड़ा थोड़ा नीचे आता रहता है, कि उसको पता चलता है कि सब मैं करता हूं, ऐसा नहीं होता है, राइट? Apparently, because nature has to manage the entire world. आप हर एक आदमी को आपको जैसा चाहिए ऐसा ही नेचर cannot provide you. That is the reason. Your requirements and others' requirements do not match. Apparently, it looks as if the people are getting helpless. Sometimes we feel helpless, but it is true also for some time. But in reality, they are coming in line with the divine power. धीरे धीरे वो कुदरत की और भगवान की शरण में जाता है. इसलिए इंग्लिश में भी कहावत है, जैसे हमने कहा, मैन प्रपोज एंड गॉड डिस्पोजेस. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड. सो नेचर्स वंडरफुल सिस्टम ऑफ पीरियोडिकल बैलेंस शिट इन ह्यूमन लाइफ। दादा भगवान ने एक बहुत अच्छी चीज बताई है, उनके ज्ञान में ही प्रकाश हुआ था कि कैसे आदमी का पुनर्जन्म होता है, राइट? कि उसकी जिंदगी का जो स्पान है, अब स्पान तो पता नहीं है, बट यू टेक इट 75 और 90, अब 90 आप अगर ले लो तो बोलते कि जब 2/3 उसका जीवन जाता है, मतलब 60 ईयर, तो उसका बैलेंस शीट निकलता है, राइट? लाइक दैट। सो ही कैन, जैसे अभी रोहित भाई ने पूछा था ना, तो वो एनालिस करके वो करता है कि नहीं मैंने ये किया, गलत किया, ये नहीं करना चाहिए था, वगैरह वगैरह, उसका बैलेंस शीट खुद निकालता है नेचर में। वो अपने आप सोचता बाद में अगेन मानी को अभी 90 का हमने एज्यूम किया, तो 60 के में एक पहला बैलेंस शीट निकला, फिर 30 साल बचे, उसमें अगेन 2/3 जाएगा तो 80, 20 साल जाएगा तो 60 80 हुआ, 80 बाद अगेन बैलेंस शीट विल बी देयर। वो आदमी अपने जीवन का सार निकालेगा कि ऐसा होना चाहिए, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए, वो मेरी गलती हुई, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए, और ऐसा करना चाहिए, मैं नहीं कर पा रहा हूं मगर ऐसा करना चाहिए। तो दूसरा बैलेंस शीट निकला, तो अगला बैलेंस शीट स्क्वैश हो गया, चला गया। अगेन अब 10 साल रहे तो अगेन 2/3 होने के बाद, ठीक है ना, तो मतलब कि 10 साल मतलब 120 मंथ्स, तो 180 मंथ्स के बाद फिर से निकलेगा बैलेंस शीट, लाइक दैट। फिर 40 में अगेन अनदर 26 मंथ्स के बाद निकलेगा, लाइक दैट टिल लास्ट आवर। आदमी लर्निंग अनलर्निंग करता 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 अपना जो अंतस्करण उसका डेवलप होता जो फाइनली जो बैलेंस में निकला, दैट गोज विथ हिम इन द नेक्स्ट बर्थ। ओके, द learning point in this is that the person can improve at any juncture before he is dead. Anything has happened in our life, दादा भगवान से don't worry, you nullify it, you pray to the God कि मैंने वो किया सही नहीं था, उसका you repent and you get new fresh times. So that way there is a lot of scope for everyone, whatever circumstance is there, but he can evolve. This is nature's law, he said. Okay, reflected in his divine knowledge. Next, ultimate pattern, he says. Although process of pulverization of ego, आपका ego जब आप मतलब ईगो के बेसिस से आप जो नक्की करते हैं हम लोग, वो नहीं होता है, तो धीरे धीरे हाँ, वो लाइफ आफ्टर लाइफ ये चलता रहता है। जब तक आदमी पूरा कुदरत के अधीन नहीं होता है, तब तक उसका अहंकार का चूर चूर होना बनता रहता है, नया अहंकार बनता रहता है, पुराना टूटता रहता है, धीरे धीरे आदमी डेवलप रहता है। एंड इट ब्रिंग्स एन इंडिविजुअल इन ट्यून विथ आउटसाइड डिविनिटी। कुदरत के साथ जो ट्यूनिंग में आएगा, तब तक उसका डेवलपमेंट थ्रू ऐसा रहता है। दिस इन टर्न अराउज़ इनर डिविनिटी, फिर उसके अंदर खुद में कुदरत के साथ उसका तालमेल हो गया अंतस्करण का, तो वो भी डिवाइन होता चला जाता है। एंड इन द एंड द डिफरेंस बिटवीन आउटसाइड एंड इनसाइड उसको भगवान स्वरूप होता है धीरे धीरे। एंड द होल कॉन्शियसनेस बिकम्स इनफिनाइट विथ लव, पीस, जॉय एंड फाइनल डेवलपमेंट ऐसा रहेगा। दिस इज द अल्टीमेट पैटर्न, ए पैटर्न बियॉन्ड ऑल अदर पैटर्न्स, ए पैटर्न मिस्टीरियसली डिवाइन, ऑल नोइंग, ऑल परवेडिंग। जो अपना आखिरी लक्ष्य है वो ये है। नेक्स्ट स्लाइड। जो भगवान ने गीता में भी बताया है, आप देखो ये शिव जी का जो शिव परिवार है, तो फुल ऑफ डाइवर्सिटी। इन प्रीवियस सेशन वी डिस्कस्ड, बट दोज हु आर अटेंडिंग टुडे, इफ यू लुक टू द शिव परिवार, भगवान शिव का वाहन क्या है? बैल है। तो माता जी का वाहन क्या है? टाइगर है, राइट। और दोनों साथ में एक फैमिली में रहते हैं। टाइगर और बैल कैसे रहेंगे भाई? और भगवान के गले में क्या है? सांप है। और बाजू में गणेश जी है, तो गणेश जी के पास क्या है? चूहा है। सांप चूहा को खा जाता है, राइट। और बाजू में क्या है? कार्तिक जी है। कार्तिक जी का वाहन क्या है? मोर है। और मोर और सांप वो दुश्मन है। लाइक दैट अमेड दिस डाइवर्सिटी एंड हेट्रोजेनिसिटी, आदमी को जिंदगी में जीना पड़ता है, और धीरे धीरे उसमें से वो समत्व की तरफ आगे बढ़ता रहता है। दैट इज हाउ वितराग उनकी अवस्था है भगवान की, राइट। सो भगवान ने गीता में भी बताया है कि वन हुज माइंड रिमेन्स अनडिस्टर्ब्ड अमिड्स मिजरी, हु डज नॉट क्रेव फॉर, जो स्थित प्रज्ञा का लक्षण बताए उन्होंने. So a person can develop through thinking up to this level. Okay. Who does not crave for pleasure and who is free from attachment, fear, and anger is called a sage of steady wisdom. One who remains unattached under all conditions and is neither delighted by good fortune nor dejected by tribulation. He is a sage of, like a कछुआ. वो कछुआ जिस शिवालय में रखा होता है, that gives us this message. Gradually one has to uh, sublimate to this stage next. So with this, we are finishing these two very, very complex subjects, but definitely I was also thinking the whole week, how should I bring out and how should I pass on these learnings, because it's a lifelong journey, right? But we are trying to understand these finer points of life.